Andrew Breitbart brought this to my attention. He called me the other day and wanted to bring this to your attention. The National People's Action Group. All these action groups. This is yet another community organizing group that makes Acorn look like a Sunday morning, knitting clutch. They organized the Wall Street protest. They organized bank takeovers last week, and here is their executive director.
Well, we've got thousands of people coming down to the financial district to march on Wall Street. This is going to be the biggest mobilization since the banks sent the economy down the tubes. And we really want to do two things. One, we want to deliver a direct message to the corporations, to Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, and others. It's time for you guys to clean up your act, and there's specific things they can do to do that. They can stop making predatory loans. They can address the racial disparities in their current lending practices. They can stop financing payday lending, and they can do more to keep people in their homes.
You got that? No, that's all they have to do. That's all they have to do. And nowhere here they talk about the government being involved. There's so much in that little clip, I could do an entire show on it, and maybe we will soon. But let me address this Marxist mentality that all lenders of money are evil. It's their responsibility. You lend somebody money, you better make sure that everybody can have a loan. And if they have a financial problem later, well, it's predatory. We've heard this before. It's what always follows the government pushing banks to make loans to people who can't afford them. No jobs, no documents, no income, no fingerprints, no problem. Come see us, we'll get you a house. I mean, I'm surprised that people even have to be visible anymore to be able to get a loan. Predatory? Yeah, the banks, what they're doing is they're hunting down helpless consumers, forcing them into these horrifying loans against their will, and then forcing payday loans. They go out to unsuspecting people and drag them into the banks. Quick, take all of his blood. Let me give him a house. Yes, yes. And then they make them take $500 that they have pay back in 2 weeks. Oh, boy. Yes. What we should do is help people stay in their homes more, then we'd be less evil. Really? Is that the job of a banking institution? Now to keep people into their homes that they can't afford? Good thing the federal government only owns 96% of all home loans. Yeah, they're responsible for it now. Good thing, huh? Can I ask you, when did the responsibility shift from husband, father, or mother, wife, to the lender? When? Well, those banks should also make sure their customers have food on their table. Some of these people who have homes don't have food. And maybe we can get them a wake-up call so they can get to work. Work? Why would we make them work? What kind of anti-capitalist, anti-personal responsibility, Maoist madness have we lapsed into in this country? Now, this is the dangerous group that Breitbart thinks may become the new home for Andy Stern. I don't know if that's true or not. Nobody can figure out why that guy left. I think it's because of the mess he created at SEIU, but who knows? I do know two things about this little community organizing group. One, they are a radical protesting group. And two, they are a radical leftist organization that plays a role in people laundering. You get a radical, you clean them up. You make them shiny and new, and you send them back out in the public. Van Jones said it best when he said, "I'm willing to forego the cheap satisfaction of the radical pose for the deep satisfaction of the radical ends." What does that mean? Well, let me show you visually. Take somebody, let's take a radical. Take Fidel Castro, okay? Looks like a communist dictator, huh? Let's clean him up visually here. Let's give him a nice haircut. Ooh, that's nice. Now let's shave his beard. Okay. But he's still wearing a uniform. There. Now, the only other thing we have to do is surround him by people you kind of trust. Do it. There. Ooh, don't really trust those people. Put the other people back if you can. Yeah, I trust those people more than the other people. Now, if we can just get him to drop the communist rhetoric, look at this. Fidel Castro, he's not a radical. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's the same. He hasn't changed anything except his hair, his suit, his rhetoric, and the people he's standing around. That's it. It's just another piece of this massive conglomerate of government officials and their puppeteers that we've come to know now as Crime Incorporated. A group of power brokers working for the fundamental transformation of America through various scams and government takeovers, emergencies, you know. The global warming hoax continues to be one of their best tools. We've shown you the CCX, the Chicago Climate Exchange, a carbon buying and selling business that has been estimated to become a potential $10 trillion gold mine. That's if cap and trade is passed. Barack Obama invested via the Joyce Foundation. He was on the board. He helped the Joyce Foundation invest in CCX. And then it just turned into a money mechanism for cap and trade. CCX potential attracted